What's up, you guys? My name is Caleb.
And I'm Tim.
And today we're going bicycling.
It's a cycling day, yeah, with the awkward pants and the helmet.
Yeah, the really awkward pants, like the singlet, like the wrestling
Oh,
singlet.
see, yeah, I don't have one. Those are called bibs. So why are we biking? We're going to talk more about this after we bike. But what's the why do we pick biking? What's the kind of big picture?
Biking's just another great way to do fitness, you know?
Yeah.
And like sometimes you get injured in fitness, and biking is one of those great alternatives to injuries.
Yeah. If you watch on the road, there's less old guys running
and more old guys biking
because it keeps you allowed to be fit.
And your joints don't get hurt.
There's not a lot of hard impact or anything like that.
Yeah,
so, do you like biking?
I've only ever done it while I've been injured, so my experience I wouldn't say isn't positive.
Okay.
But it's not like the worst thing ever.
It's not like swimming.
It's not like swimming. It's definitely not as bad as swimming.
If you haven't watched our swimming episode,
don't watch it.
Go back and watch it. No, go back and watch it. It's awesome. It's awesome. So yeah, biking is good for those seasons of our life that we can't do maybe what we are used to doing.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to talk a little bit about kind of the gear that's involved in biking.
Yeah.
Because if you really get into biking seriously, there's a lot of gear that you can get into, and I think there's some direct correlation to some scriptures.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna do that. So we ready?
Here we go, baby. I'm literally already beating Tim. Just had one of the little coolest things happen. We were riding our bikes and there's this dude just walking in the park playing Lord of the Rings on a flute. We just finished the bike ride. There's Tim in his outfit. So I guess part of the reason why I'm not like I feel like I keep complaining about all these different exercises we're doing in Faith and Fitness. I love fitness. Biking is kind of just one of those things I got a weird relationship with. The only time I ever did it besides like a kid growing up was in college when I got injured. I got hit by a car my senior year of high school. It was a really tragic thing. Got sent across like 3 lanes of traffic in California. Really like messed up my hip and my IT band. I was in rehab for I think like 8 months. It was a really crazy story. Sorry. Anyway, so I didn't really get to run a whole lot in my freshman year of college. I missed the whole cross-country season, only got to do track, and I was injured and still recovering, and my hip still actually bothers me to this day, but God actually ended up using that for fusing me from being full-time cross-country into starting to work at a church and having to actually quit running at a collegiate level, and then that's eventually what got me here to Meadows. So if I hadn't actually done that, if I'd never gone to the first church I went to, First Baptist Dallas, I would have never gotten here.
I love it when a plan comes together.
And what I love about biking is that I think it teaches us the importance of like our different seasons in life. You know, we all go through different seasons, whether they're good seasons or bad seasons. And what I think of is the story of Job, right? Like Job's life is flourishing, and it's awesome. He's got these 10 kids, and he's super wealthy. And then what happens? Well, God takes it all away, and then his friends all betray him, and then God reveals himself to Job. And I think what's super interesting about the story of Job, I think one of the most important things we learn is that we don't experience seasons in isolation. They're tied to things from our past, and they're connected to things in our future. Something that we can't see. And I think that's the beauty of what it means to really trust in God, that we can trust in God because he's not like us. And we're not like him. And so because of that, we don't know all of his ways. And so we can trust in him. That even though the season might seem hard right now, we know that God has got a redemptive plan for all of it.
I love it when a plan comes together.
And so in that we can have trust, and we can depend on him and know that in the end it will be okay. Even if it is uncomfortable, in the end, it all will be redeemed. And so that's just kind of what I want to encourage you with today. That's what reminded me of biking. So
I was thinking about all the gear that you wear when you cycle, especially like serious cyclists that do it for, hundreds of miles. And that's not me. I'm just, 10, 15, 20 miles, whatever. But the gear that they wear and that I've started to try to wear really reminds me of the armor of God. It reminds me that the armor of God has a purpose. Each piece has a purpose, and each piece of our gear when we cycle has a purpose. I love the I won't read the whole passage of the armor of God. It's Ephesians 6:10 if you want to go back and read through the whole thing. But I'll tell you just the verse that kind of for me encapsulates it is, "For we are not fighting against flesh and blood enemies, but against evil rulers and authorities of the unseen world, against mighty powers in this dark world, and against evil spirits in the heavenly places." See, so when we're wearing our armor, we're able to work at peak performance as a follower of Christ. But I'll just say that each piece you wear, obviously everybody wears a helmet, that makes sense, but everything from that to gloves to the type of padded pants you can wear, which again, a little awkward, to the water bottle that you have, everything you have on your bike is for a purpose. And so just know that like when we do that in biking, we do that because we want to make sure that we are at our peak performance and everything is working as it should. So in your discipleship journey, wear the armor of God, put it on piece by piece because each piece has a purpose. And if you get into cycling, make sure you get the right gear for cycling so that you don't find yourself stranded or blown out or whatever. So that's my challenge to you today. So cycling's not as bad as swimming, but you think maybe one day as you get older, you might get into it some more.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'd probably get it if I'm older, gotta take care of the joints, the hips.
And let's just be honest, like to me, it's more fun to ride at 15 or 18 miles an hour
than to run.
Right? I mean, you get to go faster. And
Yeah, for sure.
That is so much fun.
You do go a lot faster. That's
So as you're working on your fitness, be open to being in different seasons and be open to wear the right gear. To do what you need to do to work at peak performance, because you never know what season you're going to find yourself in.
Absolutely, and to do the right exercises in that right season, right?
That's our challenge today. No matter what season you're in, lean into it and enjoy the rest of your week. And
see you next time on Faith and Fitness. Now, if I remember correctly from riding my bike as a kid, if you mash the wrong brake, you will faceplant. Woo! I'm beating Tim, just for the record. The bridge, that's what that is above my head, in case you're wondering. I just did one of the most Texas things I've ever done since I moved here. For those of you who don't know, I'm from Arizona. And there was this lady riding a horse in the park. And I said howdy.
You said howdy.
I said howdy. No, I know you didn't hear what Tim just said, but he just called you lazy. Tim has me go in front every time we have to pass somebody. I think it's because he knows I'm faster.